Many professionals in the design industry often contemplate transitioning from their design role into a more strategic position, which is that of a product manager. Are you one of them? If your answer is a yes, you might want to continue watching as we are going to talk about it. But before we delve into more specifics, let's see what a product manager is and what a product designer is. So a product designer is a person who's responsible for the user interface, user experience, basically making sure that the product is appealing to the end user or not. That is what a product designer is responsible for. Now, just last week I've done a video explaining difference between UI and UX, which is user interface and user experience. So if you want to know more about this in detail, I recommend checking that out. I'm going to leave the link of it here and in the description box below. But that is what a product designer is responsible for. Now, as far as product manager is concerned, there are a lot of videos I have done about what a product manager does on a day-to-day basis, is what are the things that they do on a monthly basis, bi-weekly basis. If I were to summarize all of that in one sentence, the product manager is responsible for the product strategy. So they first of all build the vision of the product, then they build the product strategy. They work with multiple teams within the organization to make sure that the successful delivery of the product happens. So end to end is what the product manager is responsible for. Now, the question about whether a product designer can be a product manager, let's look into that a bit now. Alright, so moving on to the next role, which is of a product designer. So this role, or a product designer, also works closely with the product managers. So in my opinion, based on the product designers I work, I think product designers are 50% product managers already, or maybe more than that, 70%, let's just say. So yes, they definitely are already doing a lot of things what a product manager is currently doing. It's just a matter of leveraging those or showcasing those if they really want to get into product management. So let's start off with the first skill, which is research. So product managers, they are already researching about the users, the user journey, the user pain points. The thing is that they are applying those research points to build out designs as opposed to think about what features to build. Like in some cases, they also think about features as well. But the point here is that they are already researching about these a lot. They are already researching about competitors. Like they know, but they have an eye of a designer. They are looking at a competitor from the point like what does the design look like and what does the user experience look like. So as opposed to looking at the competitor and thinking about what features they have and what they don't have. So if you get the point, they are already doing all of that. It's just a matter of changing the viewpoint and thinking from a product manager in terms of what feature do they need to build and what feature is already present. So that is the first skill that a product manager needs and a product designer already possesses. The second skill that is required is documentation. So again, as I said, like they are partly product managers already. Based on the designers I have worked, so they are already preparing great documentation with precision on the user journeys, user flows, the competitive landscape. So they are already doing that quite well. And I think this is a skill that they should definitely leverage. So the third skill is the execution. So teams which have product designers, they are already part of the Scrum meetings. They are already working very closely with the engineers in the squad and product managers in the squad. So it's not like they are completely alien to this concept. They definitely have that advantage. So that is something that they should leverage. So the things they are not doing is they are not splitting a feature into user stories. Like I've seen product designers creating user stories. So they already know what a user story is, that it's from a user perspective, what the format should be. So I've seen product designers already creating that. So they definitely are proficient in the execution phase as well. The next skill that a product manager has and a product designer also sort of has is a prioritization. So as I said, based on the research that they have done, they are already able to prioritize what is it that they want to build. So this sort of also aligns with the next skill, which is being data driven. So they are using the prioritize. So they are already prioritizing by looking at the data. Like this is a user behavior, this is what is currently happening, this is the competitive landscape. So based on all of that, they are able to prioritize what should be built first and what should be built later. So these are the skills which a product manager already possesses. As I said, they are already 70% product managers. It's just additional couple of things that a product manager does, which I am sure they will also be able to do. So if you are a product designer and you want to apply into product management, I think you should definitely leverage the existing skills that you have, because a lot of these already overlap with that of a product manager. Now, to be a successful product manager, product designer should really focus on all these business oriented skills which we have just spoken about, and gaining the broader understanding of the product life cycle. I think that's quite evident. Yes, it's quite easy for a product designer to move into a product manager role because they are already sort of in that space, because they work with product managers very frequently. But for them to be able to take up the whole completely, they have to really understand the whole product life cycle and understand the business side of things. So I hope this has provided you some insight into whether a product designer can be a product manager or not. Do share this video with your peer product designers, or if you know anyone who's interested in making this transition. If there's nothing else, I am going to see you all next week. Bye bye.